What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I understand that it's been a very long time since I've posted anything on the channel, but to be honest, it's been very hectic for me. And as you can see that I've moved into a new space, and that's part of the reason why I've been quiet. And because of that and through that process, I've managed to put a little bit of something for you guys, and let's watch it. So as you can see that it's a very simple project. I wasn't going for anything complicated. I just wanted to have a content, but making sure that it's a good content for you guys and that you're gonna take away something from it that you might be able to apply on your next project. So in terms of the art direction, because most of the things in this space are monochromatic, I decided to go for something that has a yellowish tone. But in terms of doing that, I needed to dress the subject in colorful clothing. As you can see, we had the throw on the couch, which was yellow, and the diary, which was it was actually gold, and she had the wine, which was a bit yellow. It's actually not wine, it's juice, but we wanted it to look like she was having a glass of wine. And for the gear, I was shooting on the Blackmagic 4K with the Sigma 18-35, which was connected to the Metabone Speedbooster. And to make sure that I was exposing correctly and my framing was perfect, I was using the Lilliput 4K camera assist. And for the lighting, we recently bought the Godox VL 150, which is a very amazing light, and I really love it. I don't regret purchasing that. And we were also using the RGB cube lights, which I've used on my previous projects. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the opening scene where we see the talent walking into the frame to sit on the couch. So in order to light this scene, what we did was place the Godox VL 150 outside the window, and the main reason why we did that was because the sun is not coming from that direction, but I needed to utilize the blinds that are on the window, and with a hard source light, the blinds are going to create a really nice rail, and I wanted those rails to show on the wall so that it can give the scene some depth. And obviously with this technique, her right side is obviously gonna fall into the shadows. So the next thing that I did here was to place the RGB cube lights right on the couch, but making sure that they're not on the frame. And I also used the diffusion side of the 5-in-1 reflector in order to soften those cube lights, because 3 of them were really casting a harsh light. So I needed the right side to be softer than her left side. And the last thing that I did to add some texture and depth into the scene is some smoke, and I used a very cheap smoke machine, but making sure that I don't overdo it, as having a lot of it can mess up the scene. The next thing that we're going to talk about is the one where she puts the glass down on the floor. So on this one, I was struggling actually to light it up, but I decided to just use the cube lights alone. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to have those cube light reflections that you see on the glass itself. So the way that I've utilized those cube lights is I had one cube light right on top of the scene, and then I had another one which I was holding by myself right on top of the glass as well. But because I was seeing that there was a lot of reflection and I could see myself on the glass as well, I decided to take the cover of the 5-in-1 reflector and just use the black side so that I can cover myself so that I'm not reflecting from the glass. And as all the other scenes, I also added smoke in order to add more depth into it. The only thing that I wish I did, because I've only realized this while I was editing, is if only I took one of the cube lights and put it underneath the couch so that I can have a little bit of light. So next up is the close-up shot of her hand as she picks up the pen and the diary to start writing. So here I understand that I said that my main idea was to utilize hard source of light. However, in this scene, because now we're too close to the skin or in the hand, it wasn't looking as pleasing as the first ones. So what I decided was, we're still using the VL150 coming from outside the window. So what I decided was just to take the diffusion sheets that comes with the dome, and I just placed it right to where the light was coming in order to diffuse it. And there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did creating this for you. If you have any advice for me or any questions, you can hit me up on the comment section and I'll make sure to answer and take all the advice that you guys give me as well. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do, and hit the bell button and like this video so that we can reach more people. See you next time, guys.